everybody. Welcome to the spoiler section. So, it's not unobtainium this time. Apparently, the humans come back. I guess maybe they could still be doing unobtainium mining somewhere, but they're also, in addition to that, they've got this cool fucking strike carrier that's like a hover slash flying aircraft carrier, and also a boat.
Everything.
And they do some whaling, and the visual effects on this is amazing. They've got fucking Sisters of Battle machines where it looks like the humans are in little baby carriages, and they've got robot limbs. And then they've got fucking crab submarines that are just fucking cool. Then they got normal jet submarines with deployable wings. And then they got the fucking military, stealth boats and shit. It's just, and then when they deploy everything, it's just, everything feels like hoorah, that fucking colonial marines kind of thing. Even some of the guns kind of slightly resemble a pulse rifle, I noticed. So James has his signature on all that. But yeah, the humans are basically a caricature. They're like the most evil, like they come over. And I get the message. The message is here. Humanity comes and they fuck shit up. So they're not respecting nature, and the Na'vi respect nature. In fact, it is so in your face where they connect with nature. No, they literally connect with nature. Get it? It's a symbiotic relationship. And this film is essentially, and I guess we could have said this in the in the non-spoiler section, it's an anti-whaling, PSA, because a big part of the film is the humans have been whaling these alien whales, which they spend a whole hour, like Alex said, on setting up the whales with this outcast whale who is cut, and he saves one of the Na'vis, one of Sully's children. What's his name, Sully?
Jacob.
One of his sons, yeah. And so... yeah, it's apparently, and it's like, okay, why do they harvest them? Or why do they whale them? Well, they have a brutal fucking scene. I hated watching it, where it's like they isolate a mother whale and her calf, and they like just fucking brutally kill it, and then the fucking little calf just, I guess, dies because the mother is just fucking sad as shit. And then they just like harvesting it and fucking... drilling into its brain, and then you've got this geobiologist, what's that guy's name from Flight of the Conchords? Yeah. He looks like he's sad about everything, but this motherfucker's doing everything.
Well, he had a little throwaway line. He's like, you doing all this? It's like, yeah, but that's why I drink.
Yeah, and it funds all my research, essentially. So then it's revealed that when they stick the fucking thing and then they pump juice out from its brain, and apparently these whales make music. They're great composers of music. They're mathematicians.
They're smarter than us
in every way. But I guess they don't have opposable thumbs, so they can't create whale machines and machine guns. That would be fucking sweet. Whales with lasers on their head and machine guns, and then counter shark aircraft carrier. All right, I'm going too far. So they drill it out, they get the juice, and then the guy goes, man, so it's like, this is what we're here for. This is what we make a lot of money. And the captain of the boat is like, let's go make some money. Yeah, and I'm like, damn, man, this thing must get some money, right? What is it? And he goes, this juice stops human aging. And I mean stops it. Like, so this is fucking... unlimited life serum. It is literally the fucking tree of life. And he goes, just this one vial is $80 million. Did he say, Joe, did he say billion?
No.
Like $80 billion? No, he said $80 million. I was like, bro, the motherfucking...
The expedition probably costs more.
This fucking movie costs 5 times more.
5 times more. You're telling me the secret to life, everlasting life, is only 80 million. Nobody checked the fucking thing on that to make it more realistic. But okay. Each vial is only 80 million. It should be 80 billion. So, yeah, that's what they're fucking harvesting, at least on the water side. I guess they're still doing the unobtainium on the forest side, and humans are just fucking shit up. But what else?
So, also in the beginning, the humans come back because Earth is dying, so they're going to re-inhabit.
Yeah, they got a new general to chick this time.
And they bring back the general. It's like, all right, well, we got to kill the tribe leader, which was Jake.
Why?
which was Jake. But
Why
now
again? Why?
Guerrilla warfare. He's the head of the guerrilla warfare unit.
And then
So he runs away. Jake runs
He's
away.
like, fuck this insurgency. We need to fucking placate these natives, and here's how we're gonna do it.
yeah, and then Jake just takes off and gives command to somebody else, and then they just abandon that whole plot to go get.
What do you
Jake.
mean ban the whole plot?
The insurgency plot. The most important thing.
That's what they're there for.
Yeah, they went. So they were searching for Jake the whole film.
Yeah, but Jake ran away. There was no reason to chase Jake. He ran away.
Oh yeah, but they were there to kill Jake, in order to
Only
stop
because
the
he was a
insurgency.
tribe
Well,
leader.
it's just stupid because
It is, that's what I'm
obviously,
saying.
obviously a new tribe leader takes over, and I guess maybe they're expecting us to believe, well, the new tribes will probably not make war with us, so let's leave them the fuck alone. But let's make sure to kill
But they're
Jake because
expanding.
he killed our main expedition. Honestly, Jake probably cost them a lot of money, so I'm sure they want him dead. So that to me doesn't bother me as much as you guys. But the fucking squad that they get to bring him is apparently maybe a plot hole from the first film, Alex?
So this movie was not planned from the first film. You cannot tell
or
me.
it doesn't feel like it.
Well, no, I mean, they're like inventing shit that apparently happened in movie one, behind the scenes. Every bad guy soldier downloaded their brain into a thumb drive. Every bad guy soldier. Yeah. No good guys.
This
just
is
bad
how
guys.
they bring back Stephen Lang.
And so all of the bad guy soldiers put the thumb drive, and then they sent their DNA to Earth. And with that thumb drive and their DNA, they made Na'vi versions of them 10 years in the past. And so all the bad guys from the first one are now the bad guys in the second one. And everyone goes, fucking what? Why?
At this time it's, we feel the Na'vi and we are the Na'vi, so we'll beat them this time.
Yeah. And so nothing was set up at all from like the first to carry over to the second one, and so it just kind of feels like shit. How do we bring Stephen Lang back? He was amazing. It's like everyone loves him. It's like, yeah, he was amazing. How do we do it? And we're like,
well, CGI Lang.
We cloned him. It's like, you did what? It's like, yeah, we cloned him.
Yeah. And so I thought that they were gonna go with because he has he's a Na'vi. He'll have a heart of a Na'vi, and they play around with it a little bit. So eventually he captures the children, and then they escape, and then he captures them, and they escape, and then he captures them. Well, one of the times that he captures the children, he manages to capture Spider, the human kid, and it turns out the human kid is his offspring, his son. But the original Stephen Lang's son, not the clone Stephen Lang. So they play, I don't care about you, but maybe I do care about you. Yeah. And so he kind of teaches him, or he shows him how to connect with the nature and ride the fucking dragon thingamajiggies. And, you get this impression. And then, a few times he says, ceasefire when they could have been even more aggressive. But then he's a dick the rest of the film.
But why is Spider helping him?
And then, I don't know. They do this thing where the camera really zooms in on Spider's face when he's watching the Na'vi be kind of savage or aggressive, but they have a reason to be every single time. Yeah. So I'm like, you better not do this thing where it's like, oh, man, the Na'vi, I can't be with a Na'vi anymore. I gotta be awesome. But luckily, they don't do that. Yeah. They don't do that.
So Spider is raised by the Na'vi. He speaks fluent Na'vi. He dresses as the Na'vi. He lives his whole life as the Na'vi. And the first opportunity he has to violently betray the Na'vi in every way he does, and teaches the bad guys how to become Na'vi and get aircraft, and that, because the aircraft don't necessarily
he's
work.
A stupid kid. Obviously, they could have fucking killed him, I guess, or I don't know, they imprisoned him, and then they could go nowhere. And then the film would be over.
Yeah, but, it's just like it's one of like the 12 times in this movie that the children are like, we're gonna do something really dumb.
But I will give him credit because that motherfucker, one ship goes down, he was attacking the entire fucking ship's bridge, just himself. I'm like, why don't they shoot him? Because we were in the middle of a battle, and he is an enemy combatant at that time. Yeah. I don't give a shit what he can do. I'm going to shoot him.
We'll put him in the brig.
Yeah, or throw him in the brig or whatever. But I guess they don't have a brig.
We know they have handcuffs. They just don't use any. They're just
the handcuffs. Are like straps. They suck, but I guess they're future straps, so they don't suck. So yeah. And so by the end of the film, he kind of forms a bond with his son, and it's like a begrudging bond between both of them. And it stays his hand in the 7th kidnap that Stephen Lang does. He's got Jacob's daughter, and the mother character who has gone ballistic for reasons we'll get to in a second, takes Spider and puts the knife to his neck, and she's really, well, I'm gonna fucking kill your kid, and then he's like, he lets the kid go. So he has a small soft spot. He's like, I don't care. This is not even my species, and he's not even my son, but he does actually care. Now, so it turns out Jacob. How many children does Jacob have?
4.
Well, is it 4?
Yeah.
Who are the children?
3.
It's
Well,
4
adopted.
technically.
Yeah.
Well, he has 2 kind of adopted kids.
Yeah, so you got the older brother, the younger brother, the daughter,
And the adopted.
daughter. And then I guess you could include Spider because he kind of includes him
Call
in
him
the
a
family.
stray cat.
Yeah.
A stray cat. And so, unfortunately, the whole film, this older brother is supposed to keep an eye on the younger brother. The younger brother is the brash one. Tell me if you've heard this or not. Well, the younger brother gets the older brother in trouble all the fucking time. Then the parents yell at the older brother for not getting the younger brother out of trouble. And this happens, I don't know, 7 times in the film, and by the 8th time where he's like, let's go rescue Spider, and he's like, we could get him later, and he's like, no, we gotta get him now, we can't leave him behind. He's like, okay, I'm gonna do the thing that is gonna get me killed. And so then he helps them, and in helping them escape and breaking Spider out, you think they make it out scot-free. And I like the fact that at least this is done, because you have all these action sequences and all these bullets flying around and nobody ever gets hit by the bullet. But they do it in a realistic way where he's jumping in the water and he took a bullet. You didn't see it. That's just what happens. You're like, I've been shot. And so he got shot. And as they're escaping, they break Spider free, and he dies. That was sad, because it's like, fuck, man, my fucking brother just constantly getting me in trouble. And then all the times I help him, and then I die for it. Anyways, but the daughters are still captured, because in all the fucking chaos of the final battle, they get captured. So then they have one final battle on the ship. It's a final battle after the final battle, because the final battle shows up all the water Navi ally with
Which Alex
Jake's.
pointed out.
Yeah, and so you've got this huge, massive Navi force that disappears.
They do nothing. They're there. There's this giant like Riders of Rohan scene where you have all of these Navi
But they don't
coming
do
down.
nothing, because they do contribute in the initial battle, and then once everybody wins, and there's like,
It wasn't
No,
over.
you didn't
I
win.
know,
You
right,
used that
right.
word. That is wrong. It is fucking completely and totally
once
wrong.
the humans get their ass kicked and they are trying to recover and retreat,
There's still a
at
violent.
some point all the Navi just disappear.
The reason that the Navi are there is because the Navi, the water Navi's
The
chief's
princess
daughter
or
his
whatever.
princess has been captured. They never
and he
rescue
shows
her.
up.
He's
He's
like,
my daughter back.
I gotta get my daughter. And then they fight for 5 minutes, and then the rest of the Navi fuck off for the whole rest of the movie until the very end.
Even though his daughter is still there with him, doesn't he go, wife? Where is our
Did we
daughter?
forget something? Oh, shit.
The whole reason
Yeah.
why we came.
And the fight is an hour long in movie runtime. It's amazing. You'd like, this is the best thing to watch for
Yeah,
the
it
whole
was
movie.
great.
So it's
Watching it.
super long, and there's infinite human bad guys, and there are no Navi anywhere.
Yeah, well, I don't know if there's infinite human bad guys. This is the end of the film. The humans are fucking beat up, and then it's just Jake's family that has to go and rescue him. And it's like, wait, why? There's only like 5 of you, and you want to go over there and fight all the humans that are fucking pissed off that you broke all their shit. And I guess all the other Navi are like, fuck off. You do it. We're tired. We
Yeah.
gave you 5 minutes. So that was another little plot hole. And then you got the other plot, the revenge plot. It's like, why are you going after Jake? This is unnecessary. Wait until you're
There's no
under
point.
attack. Jake was never gonna. It didn't seem like Jake was gonna attack you in the first place. He's too busy with his family. But humans are evil, and so they're going to. It's a grudge match. It was a revenge film for Stephen Lang's character.
Yeah.
What else?
Stephen Lang's character also doesn't know why he hates Jake Sully because he doesn't have the memories of that betrayal point. He's just told that Jake Sully's a dick, and he's like, I gotta get Jake Sully.
But then he's hardcore about killing.
And he's
Jake
like, I've
Sully.
got to murder him. I'm gonna kill this whole family. I'm gonna burn down this whole village. Shoot that dolphin mount real quick.
Yeah.
I gotta get Jake Sully. It's like, but fucking why, bro?
Yeah, and at the
Shut
end,
the fuck
he was
up.
like,
why?
they're choking on each other underwater. He's like, he knows he's gonna die, but he's like, I will take you with me.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And then so even though Spider has seen his not actual Na'vi father murder everyone and burn down all these villages and kidnap a bunch of people and threaten his life and all these other things, he's like, my father is drowning underwater. I must save him. And then he saves him.
after the final battle between Jacob and I thought there wasn't going to be a battle. I was like, oh, wow, this is being bigger man. He's like, no, let's do this. And then they have the final battle. Jake ultimately wins, maybe because of his training in the way of the water, because he could breathe longer. And the bad guy drowns, but that's when Spider, when they go back, Spider finds him and rescues him begrudgingly, I guess because he just can't leave somebody to die, though that's probably the one person you should have left to die. And then
Spider killed a dude with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, we saw. And
Spider literally killed it. He just like hit him in the sucker punched him in the temple with a fire extinguisher. That guy died. Spider is a murderer.
Oops, you oops.
Yeah.
Or maybe
he just hit him really hard, and he didn't know he died.
Well, he picked up a gun and he also
Anyway,
shot another
no,
dude.
that was one of the brothers that shot a dude, if I remember right.
No, Spider also shot a dude.
Okay, so then that doesn't make sense. But meanwhile, Jake gets cut off from the rest of the people as the boat overturns. He's cut off in one of the areas, and then the mother and the youngest daughter are cut off as well as the boat is sinking. That is fucking terrifying. It's a fear of mine. It's like, Jesus Christ, you're in a small fucking space. The water's filling up. It's just crazy. But there's a subplot of the Sigourney Weaver adopted daughter having a major connection.
Superpowers.
She's the Christ figure of the movie.
She can control the
everything.
Earth, the planet's soul or whatever.
Yeah, we don't know
everything is connected to everything.
Yeah, so Sigourney Weaver's, if you wonder who she is, Sigourney Weaver died at the end of the first movie. And she didn't get it on with anyone. She didn't do anything.
But she does go into a Na'vi.
She does. She has her own avatar, but she dies as an avatar.
Mm-hmm.
And they try to do the thing with Jake where they try to connect her to the tree. It just doesn't work. And so then her avatar is somehow still alive.
Yeah, what is that? I didn't understand that. I would have to rewatch the first film, but because she's dead.
So her soul goes into the tree, but doesn't come back into her. So her avatar is brain dead, and so her avatar has no soul. But now her avatar is pregnant, and so she's divinely pregnant. And so there's the Jesus baby.
They make an illusion that it was one of the goofy scientist guys that had sex. But he would have had to have sex with her avatar that is brain dead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or no, while it was alive. Okay.
But little kid Sigourney Weaver can also control everything underwater. She's like controlling the animals. So she's got these supernatural god powers. Mm-hmm. And I imagine the next movie will be her.
Probably focusing on her. In this one, she uses the fish to locate both locations, and she uses these little jellyfish that they had established in the David Attenborough section of the Netflix Strange Alien Life, that you can use them to breathe. So she takes one of these underwater breathing animals and gives it to the mother. They save the mother and the younger daughter, and then the younger son makes a connection with his father. His father is calling out for the older son, and it's the younger son who was a disappointment and got the older one killed. They don't press that too hard, but I get what they're trying to say. And then finally the son saves the father by teaching him against the way of the water, that he wasn't as good as the son in the way of the water because the son had a hard-on for one of the way of the water ladies, and she taught him how to do this. And so then he saves his father, and his father goes, I see you, son. And then also there was another subplot we missed, that the youngest son forms a bond with one of the whales. And this
evil whale.
Everybody thinks it's an evil whale, but it saved him from a fucking shark, a giant shark that these motherfucking kids, bullied him and they have a
beyond
fight
the rift.
because they're bullying Sigourney
they're
Weaver,
different.
thinking that she's a freak. And then he shows up and punches them all, and he's forced to apologize by his father later. And they go, "Hey, all right, cool, let's go out hunting." "Oh, you baby? Okay, we're gonna go out hunting." And then they leave him, and I was like, "This is the most unrealistic shit." I was like, "Man, that has happened before, where bullies will pretend to be your friend and then fuck you over." That happens.
Where the restricted area where there's sharks and you die.
Yes. They go out and they fuck over somebody. It's fucking children. Well, obviously, there's no restricted area in real life with fucking sharks in it.
Yeah, but in the movie, in the world
children,
building, they said you cannot go here because the sharks will kill you, and they drop this kid off.
Apparently, they go there all the fucking time when they're not, the fucking teen adolescents, and they leave him there to die. So he almost dies, and then I thought the whole time, I was like, he's going to get saved at the last minute by a bigger creature, because I was thinking in my head, Star Wars. Y'all thinking in your head the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Jar Jar's going to be screaming.
Same level of writing. It was definitely
and
Star
it
Wars.
happened, and I was like, okay, how are they going to justify this? I thought maybe the water people would be riding it, but no. Apparently, these whales are very, very intelligent. They are
Very emotional.
very emotional, sentient. They make bonds with the Avatar, the Na'vi people, and so this one makes a connection with the younger kid. And I actually like this part. I like the outcast. They're two outcasts. They bond. I like this outcast whale who actually kicks some fucking ass. And in the final battle, he fucks up the captain, the Moby Dick thing. He fucks up the captain, rips his arm off with one of his harpoon cables. It's just some good moments in the film. So there's that as well. What else? I think we've pretty much covered everything. What do you guys think they're gonna do for film? He says.
The third one is we're going to explore the adopted one, because obviously she's got some going on. Whenever she connected to the tree, she got into a seizure.
Okay, yeah.
So
that was that plot
she
point.
can't do it.
She can't do it anymore.
To the tree anymore. She'll die.
Yeah, but she's going to want to, because it's the only way she can see her mother. And then, of course...
that was another scene.
Yeah.
Describe that scene.
She connects to the underwater world tree, and then so she can kind of, since Sigourney Weaver's soul's kind of trapped in there, she has a conversation with her. But she has a seizure, and kind of interrupts their little meeting. So
she asks who her father is, and then they get disconnected.
Yeah. So we think it's going to be centered around her. Now, remember, he wants to go to Avatar 5. I don't know why he has to announce all this shit too early. Now, even he has been reeling it back. He's recently said... Now, his greenlit the third one. The third one is coming, I believe.
So Stephen Lang is going to be back. I don't know if he's going to have a change of heart.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay, so because Spider rescues him in the end, he actually does call Spider his son. He's like, "Son, come with me." And he's like... And then
that would be weird. He just goes, "Rah," and then jumps into the water.
That's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
And then he jumps in the water.
Yeah, but he's going to do the zombie movie thing where he's not going to tell everyone that he rescued.
Yeah, that's what I was
they'll be
thinking.
mad
too.
at him.
Yeah, because he's not going to say anything, and they're like, "Oh, and I rescued
You're
him."
a betrayer or whatever.
You betrayed us. And then also, it's really awkward. Jake's wife held a knife to the kid's throat and then slashed him across, like a scratch, but he was bleeding across the chest.
They'll press that.
They'll have to set that up.
So he says, let's face it, if Avatar 2 and 3 don't make enough money, there ain't going to be a 4 and a 5. And then stating they're making 2 and 3. Then they're going to see if people go and see them, and then they'll make a 4 and 5. Conversely, Weaver stated in 2018, after the first 2 sequels had completed main photography, that she was currently busy doing Avatar 4 and 5, with several media outlets interpreted as confirmation, but it's all pre-production stuff. So that's where it is right now. Oh, shit. January... says, in the face of an acquisition of Fox by the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger confirmed that both 4 and 5 are being developed, but have not been officially greenlit. Okay, according to the producer, Iger may have been misinterpreted. He said that Avatar 4 and 5 are not only greenlit, but also a third of Avatar 4 has already been filmed. I don't know. There's just a lot of shit going on. But
They can
in my
stay
opinion...
there. They're gonna stay in the water place because it's like, when I'm tired of running, this is our fortress.
Okay, yeah. At the end of the film, the water tribe leader and his wife, who basically controls him the whole film, she's the real leader of the thing, and he just goes along with
Happy
everything.
wife, happy life.
He does say that Jake's like, we're gonna leave here, and but I think they do intend to leave, even though he's like, well, your son is buried with our ancestors, so now you are also water tribe, and he shakes hands. So I think they are leaving.
Oh, the last thing he says is, "This is our home. This is where we make our stand."
Yeah.
Okay, this is our home. Damn, I was thinking, okay, what are they gonna do?
The fire
well,
tribe.
I thought, man, yeah, that's what I was saying.
The Fire Nation attacks, right? Because that's
So
the good
now
avatar.
the next Navi would
gonna
be
be
fire
red.
based, and then we go in the volcanoes and we do that. But I guess he's like,
There's a
no,
comet that comes
I'm
down.
fucking tired
I'm
of
in.
doing this shit. And James Cameron is like, look, I already like underwater. This is where I want to be. James Cameron has an obsession with submarines and shit, and he gets to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna stay there. But if it is as fun and as a visual spectacle, this is what going to theaters is about, popcorn and fucking getting impressed, then I'm on board. For 3, I don't know about 4 and 5, but we'll see if
It's
3
gonna be
is
hard because they're already struggling with this one and the second plot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you think
I
we're-
don't
Third one, I don't know.
interesting.
I'm not super on board for 3 right now.
So 1 week prior to the film's December 16th release, Box Office Pro projected a domestic opening weekend of 167 to 192, and they would project the film to earn between 600 and 800 million for its total domestic gross. So probably not going to be the $1 billion plus, $1.2 billion, I think, of the first Avatar, but 800 million, nothing to sneeze at if it does get, and then we'll probably get more from there.
Is that 800 million in real dollars or in fake Dwayne the Rock Johnson Hollywood accounting dollars?
I don't know.
Sorry, I had to.
So the critics are at 80% right now, and the audience is at 91%. So, all right. Well, that's about it. Yeah, Avatar: Way of the Water. It impressed me, and I think it's worth watching. But it has some problems there. So, anyways, that's our opinion of it. Have you seen it yet? Put your comment down below. And what do you think is going to go on for 3, 4, and 5? And we will see. I mean, where is this going? Like, okay, can we continue to make the humans the dumbass like Imperials from Star Wars, where they're just bad? I mean, are we not gonna put any nuance in any of it? And can we do this another 3 times like this? I don't know. It's gonna get pretty
not
repetitive
sustainable.
and boring. We'll see. Unless they go crazy with it. Like I said, the fire people, please. All right, guys, that's it, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.